I'm so high, so high. They told me to sit back, don't make a sound, don't go to the unknown. But I'm too curious for that. Might be a little crazy, I don't mind. I like the way it feels. No need to set off the alarm. No. See, I won't stick with it, running in a wheel, no. So I'll be taking off, for I'm dead and gone. Oh, I'm so high, so high. I'm erase the aeroplanes up in the sky. I'm so high, so high. I'm a dream and fall asleep on clouds tonight. Yeah. You see, my home is where my heart is, so I reach for higher ground. I'm living out of a suitcase. I'm getting close, now I can taste it. Flavors bitter, still so sweet.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about their feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not.
Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona, coming to you live from the Ironwood Forest National Monument here in southern Arizona. Starting my morning off with a Roy and Becky Travels Cup today. So thank you very much, Roy and Becky, for your support. They're also channel members. And before we get started, Lucas has made his grand entrance and he wants to say hello. So good morning, Lucas. He's already been outside playing with Mom. And this is the first morning back from a week in the mountains. So Lucas has got to reacclimate to the 100-degree weather down here in the desert. So hope everybody's doing well. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Fangirl Cheryl's the first one in the house. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. She says it's been raining. Oh, rain. What's that? We did have some back here a few weeks ago, and I went out and recorded this photo of low-hanging clouds on Ragged Top Mountain, which is very unusual. But the monsoon flow is beginning, and we're hoping to get some rain very soon. Good morning, Stella. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you got your smoothie all mixed up. There's Hawkins Family Adventures. Sandra, good morning, good morning. They had to send their fur baby over the Rainbow Bridge here a week or so ago, so prayers for Sandra and her family. Nomadic Camping with Endless Weekends is here. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. KC Jones is doing some outside stuff and listening in. Thanks, KC. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, Cheryl, for hitting the like button. And Cheryl, you're now a moderator. Folks that come in and spend some time and stick around, I like to make those folks moderators. So welcome to the moderator crew. Ivan K is here. Good morning, good morning. Look at that. Tracy is here. She's been a long-time channel supporter and disappeared for a while. And now she's back. Welcome back, Tracy. Good to have you. Linda Barker's here. Welcome, Linda. Good to have you. Hope your morning's going well. Scrolling. Everybody's saying good morning. Yes, Ivan K is back. Welcome. Good to see you. Ronak's here, drawing in scenery. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone, he says. All right, their channel member in the house, CR View, Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. And Tim is working on upgrading his RV. He lives in Quartzsite full-time and is upgrading his RV with additional batteries and a whole bunch of solar panels so he can run air conditioning. Be sure to check his channel out because he's doing a great job. Look at that. We got a worker in the house, Captain Jack Scrapper. World lurking, he says. Welcome, Jack. Hope you're doing well. And Jack, I've missed it. I caught your last live stream. I missed quite a few of them because honestly, I don't know what day it is most of the time. And when it pops up on my feed, then I jump in. Let's see, scrolling. Tim saying hello to everybody. Yeah, good to see you back in the chat, Tracy. Good to see you. There's John, another channel member in the house. John is a traveler big time, and he's dropping videos of all the places that he stops and checks out. So always interesting. Yeah, cute and spoiled. Lucas is cute and a whole lot spoiled, or as some people say, well loved. He is something. He sure had fun up there in the mountains. He loves to camp. We went up, Oki and I and Lucas went up to northern Arizona between Payson and Show Low. There's a little town up there called Forest Lakes. It's about 7,600 feet elevation. And boy, I'll tell you what, the temperatures were really nice in the 50s at night, which makes for great sleeping weather. And then we did bump the high 80s a couple of days, but still much lower than it was down here in Marana. We were like 114 during the week that we were up there in the mountains. It was hot, hotter than Hades down here, but we sure enjoyed ourselves. The only issue we had up there was the area that we camp. And if you look at some of my shorts that I posted on the channel, we like it up there because there's wild horses grazing through camp. There's deer all over. It's close to a small, tiny lake, Black Canyon Lake. And so we cruise around on the Forest Service roads with the Jeep and look things over, do a little exploring, but it's becoming more popular. And so we had probably 5 people in the camp area that when we arrived, and on Thursday, Friday, we probably had 50. So it got really busy. The weekenders, ATVers are up there getting away from the Phoenix heat. Well, I think a lot of them come in from Phoenix, Arizona, and it's even hotter up there than it is here in Marana in Ironwood. So a lot of folks are coming in there and they're screaming around on their ATVs and side by side. So we decided we had enough of that, and we came back to Ironwood, and it's actually not too bad right now. It's today, I think they're saying 98 degrees for a high. So we'll take that. We'll take that. Oh, Van Girl Cheryl. Yes, we did see wild horses in the forest, and I gave John the pin for our favorite camping area, and he spent some time up there too. We did see. Now there's hasn't been a whole lot of rain up there. In fact, hardly any during the winter, and so the horses are pretty thin. You can see on a lot of them, you can see their ribs because they live off the grass, and so they're constantly grazing and looking for grass. So they're a little thin right now. So hopefully they get some rain up there here in the next couple weeks, and they'll get more foraging. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate that. Can't tag for some reason. Ahoy to all. Captain Jack is saying a general hello to everybody. Crafty Traveler is here. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you. Have Cheetah Will View. Patrick is here. He does some great live streams, interviews a lot of people in the movie industry, movie and film industry. Always interesting to watch. Some more scrolling, some more scrolling. Yeah, you're quite welcome. Yeah. Hey, doing a great job there. In fact, he even relocated with solar panels on top, and looks like it worked just fine. Oh, fire season, huh? Yeah, we had some small fires around up there where we were at. Is about 4 hours away in the lumbering RV, pulling a Jeep. Takes about 4.5 hours to get up there, which is not too bad because Arizona is unique that we have this Sonoran Desert down south, but just 4 or 5 hours north, you can get up into the Ponderosa Pines and enjoy the cool pine and the cool weather, and that's what's very unique about Arizona. Patty made it. Hello, hello. Welcome, Patty. Another channel member in the house. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. I only had one day to fly the drone because the wind picked up there. One day we had 50-mile-per-hour gusts. And boy, oh boy, was it windy. You're up on a mountaintop, 7,600 feet elevation, and the wind just will blow that drone all over the place. I did get the first day it was calm, so I put the drone up and did a short, and I just went straight up, kind of showing our campsite and then some of the forest. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe give me your opinion, but the forest for drone video is kind of boring because when you see one tree, you've seen them all, right? In the desert, I can fly low level. I can skim, the tops of the bushes and the swirl cactus. It's hard to do that when you're in the forest because it's so thick. You've got trees all over the place. And yeah, you can fly in between trees, but I think the desert is specifically the Sonoran Desert is much more interesting for drone video. But I did get one flight in and looked around a little bit and dropped a short. And I think I'm going to make one more video. It's hotter here today, Tracy says. We actually have a cool spell. The week that we were up there, we had the hottest temperatures of the summer so far here in Ironwood, and we were in the 114, 113 area. So up in Quartzsite, it's going to be 101 today. Almost feels like winter, right? You almost have to pull the hoodie out when it drops below 100. Ray Crum is here. Welcome, Ray, another channel member in the house. Crazy to see wild horses. I know, right? And there are a lot of babies up there, colts and fillies up there that are born there in the forest, and it's fun to watch them. I dropped one video of we actually had to stop. We're out cruising around in the Jeep, and as we're getting closer to the campground, Oki says, "Stop, stop, there's horses crossing." So I stopped, and a bunch of horses were crossing. The last two were the mama and the baby was following along trying to keep up, and they were going to a water hole, an old muddy water hole that was there that they were going for. Nice, nice. You're welcome. Look at that. We got Roy and Becky's Travels in the house. Good thing I brought my cup this morning. Interesting races this weekend. Low 90s in Ohio. Wow. And how's the humidity? I was on Ava Potterfield's live this morning, and she said it's getting really sticky there in Missouri. All right. So Crafty Traveler's dropping videos of a camping trip up in the Redwoods with her lady glamping group. Very cool. So check out Crafty Traveler's channel. Crossover Paranormal's here. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Awesome. So Van Girl Cheryl. I think she's picking her van up today, right? It's been in the shop, undergoing repairs, getting ready for an epic trip next year. She's even talking about coming down here to Arizona and checking out the Ironwood Forest National Monument. I think down by the Arizona-Mexican border, Stella, the gray wolf sightings have been sighted down there. I have not heard of any sightings in Flagstaff, but it certainly could be. Both are beautiful. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Yeah, the forest is definitely beautiful, and there's nothing better than tying a hammock up. I took my hammock up there, tied it up in between two trees, and it was funny is we were looking for a campsite. I'm checking the distance between the trees, picking out my hammock spot, and that's the primary goal in being able to set up the hammock, because I like to get some hammock time. Yeah, sometimes you gotta put some money into them, and I debate repairs on vehicles all the time. Our truck is a 2014 that we bought new in 2014 before I retired, and I bought it with the intent of keeping it. So we spent some money on it, but new of that same type are double in price now. So I think it's well worth putting money into your vehicles to repair them until they're not repairable anymore. I mean, once you get to the point where you have to replace an engine, even that can be tens of thousands of dollars. But what does a new vehicle cost? I mean, it's very expensive to buy new vehicles. Yes, this one does have a GPS in it. In fact, that's how I keep track of it. It's got a GPS unit. This one is a Mini 4 Pro, so it's got a 4K camera on it, and it transmits back to my controller, which is right here. And I bought the Mini 4 Pro with this controller. It's a nice big screen, so I can see, I can see real well with it. And it does have GPS on it. The interesting thing, Patrick, is it has a map here, and I can take off and fly the drone, and it draws a line back to me so I can see where the drone is at in relation to me. So if I get lost and I don't see the drone for a while, I can turn it around and come right back to me, just following the red line that shows up on this controller. So it does take lots of practice, lots of time in the seat, so to speak, to learn how to fly. There's Joy. Smoky Mountain Bless is in the house. Good morning here in Arizona. I think it's afternoon where you're at. Smoky Mountain Bless. Donnie and Joy do drive streams there around Gatlinburg. Always interesting for people watching and seeing what the weather is like. Up there in Willits, California, it's been beautifully cool. Today is 85 degrees. That's warm for you guys, huh? There's Lee. Welcome, Lee. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, RV. Some RV work. Pressure washing. Yeah, got to do that once in a while. We just got back yesterday from the mountains and just put the RV back away until the next trip. Everything worked well, ran everything off of solar, put up my mini Starlink while we were up there. Now, when you're in the trees, Starlink is challenging. So you have to find a spot where you get the best internet connection, and that's challenging. We did have interruptions of, 5 to 10 seconds, every 15 minutes we would have an interruption. So I decided not to do a live stream up there. I was hoping to do a live stream in the trees, but I think we would have been interrupted too much. So decided to come back here to Paradise in the Ironwood Forest National Monument. Donnie saying hello to everybody. Yeah, this was a 2 or 3 weeks ago, Joy, where we had about a half inch of rain, and I walked out on the back porch of the house and saw those clouds around Ragged Top. So I put the drone up and snapped a couple of photos, and that's where that comes from. Flying down in January, Ironwood first, then Q. All right. Yeah, Cheryl, you get down here in January, you let me know, and we'll show you around the monument. It's not the forest she wants to see, it's meeting Lucas. Yeah. Lucas is, once you meet Lucas, he'll stick to you, and he won't leave you alone. He just loves attention. Oh, come on, Patty. Patty says it's 65 in San Diego. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's my third drone that I've owned. I bought the Mini One, and one of my neighbors has that one now, and they're learning to fly. So I went down there to teach them how to fly a drone, and basically gave it to them for hardly nothing. And they're down there just a half a mile to the south of us, out flying it around, just having a blast. Yeah, they make them. They make. I There's a kit on Amazon that I bought, and it has this cover on it, and also a neck strap, and it's called Joy. It's called FPVTOSKI. That's the brand name, and they make this cover is really nice, and it's handy because when you're standing in the sun, it shades you, and it works really well. And you don't have to take the joysticks off to put it away. So I can just leave the joysticks on. Normally you unscrew them and you have to tuck them away, but with this cover, you can just close it and you don't have to remove the joysticks. So it's on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. FPVTOSKY is the brand name. Works really well. I'm real happy with it. Yeah, you do. I know. That's a beautiful place. We enjoyed our visit down there. I have solar on the RV. I have about 950 watts on top of the RV, but the wiring that I have chokes it down about half. So I get around 350 to 400 watts into the batteries, but that's enough. So, yeah, I have some 250 watt panels on the back and then two 100 watt panels towards the front that I can tilt up and point to the sun when I need it. And typically, I do that in the winter time when we're camping in the desert and the sun is low in the sky. I'll do that up in the quartzsite area. But the big choke that I have, because I didn't want to put huge holes into the RV, was the wiring. So I only get about half of what the solar panels output are. There's Ava Potterfield. Just got off a business call, but I made it. Like I mentioned earlier, I always start Mondays off with Ava live on Monday morning with a cup of coffee. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and Tracy knows Ragged Top. Right over, where am I pointing? Right over there are the Silver Bell Mountains. And she used to work out there at the mine, so she's familiar with this. Eva saying hello. Yeah, I'll bet you will. I'll bet you will. Yeah, I enjoy it. I just love, to be able, I'm sure you folks have dreamed, had dreams about being able to fly like a bird or like an eagle or whatever. And to be able to put the drone up and fly like around Ragged Top and around the hills to the north, and to be sitting on a chair, in my yard and flying around, or sitting in a vehicle in my Jeep and flying around and seeing it from above is just fantastic. There's There's not much better than that, I don't think. Yeah, it's a lot of solar, it does, and I have a foldable panel, another 200-watt panel that I put on the ground, that I have wired in separately, and so we were able to run everything in the RV with solar, even Starlink. We can run the microwave to warm something up, inside off the batteries and inverter. I really enjoyed building that RV to where we could boondock. And so we primarily boondock when we go out, and that works really well. That's right. Yeah. Crafty Traveler during the Ironwood 2025 meetup in February, she got a glider ride, which there's a glider port in the area. And yeah, that was great. One of her checkoffs for sure. Thank you. Thank you. It does make you feel like you can fly. Yeah. Yeah. And so what I try to do when I fly the drone, you've probably seen people's drone videos where they're zipping around and jerking you around. I try to set mine up so that I do nice, gentle, cinematic turns. And when I edit my videos, of course, I use a lot of Suno music on it, but I try to make nice, relaxing videos. And I really enjoy it. Most of, yeah, it could be, Patrick, it could be. Most of the animals, don't really react to it because I'm up. I can fly up to 400 feet legally above whatever obstacle I'm flying over. So if I'm sitting out, at the base of Ragged Top, if I'm within 400 feet of the base, I can fly Ragged Top, which is about 3,400 feet above ground level. I can fly 400 feet above Ragged Top. The interesting thing about this area is it's also a military operations area. So there are Apache helicopters that fly through here, and then a lot of low-level training goes on out here from Davis-Monthan. They'll fly their C-130s through here, do some low-level training. So it is not restricted to drones like most monuments and national parks are. This is a unique one. And checking the FAA charts, it's still that way. That's how I determine where I can fly, is the FAA here in the States controls the airspace. Thank you. Appreciate that, Tracy. All right, Donnie's going back to work. Thank you. Appreciate the support, Donnie. Donnie does a lot of painting, acrylic painting, and he'll do a live stream with, what is it? Maybe an 8x10 easel, and then he'll paint a beautiful nature painting. And in fact, I have one up here, a fall painting hanging on the wall that Donnie painted and that I won on one of their live streams. I'm going to grab it here. Oh, by the way, you know what? Box Fan D turned 73 yesterday. 73 years old. And she had a live stream along with Tanya from Just Roll With It. And so they had a live stream and she celebrated her 73rd birthday. So I made this for Box Fan D. I'm going to grab that painting and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
On this special day, we gather here to cheer for a heart so warm, a friend we hold dear. Box Fendi, you're a shining light. With every act of kindness, you make the world bright. Happy birthday, Box love and wisdom inspire endlessly. With every smile and every deed, you lift us up, you're all we need. Through the ups and downs, you always stand tall, giving hope and strength, you're a friend to us all. With each little gesture, you spread so much cheer. Today we celebrate you for all that you are, my dear. Happy birthday, Box Fendi. Your love and wisdom inspire endlessly. With every smile and every deed, you lift us up, you're all we need. So let's raise a glass to the joy that you bring. With laughter around, let our voices all sing. Today is your day, and we hope it's filled right with love, joy, and laughter from morning till night. May your wishes come true, may your heart always soar. For a beautiful spirit like yours we adore. Box Fendi, your treasure's so rare. Thank you for being you, for always showing you care. Happy birthday, Box Fendi. Your love and wisdom inspire endlessly. With every smile and every deed, you lift us up, you're all we need. So here's to you on this wonderful ride. May your year be blessed with joy by your side. Happy birthday, dear friend. May the magic be free. We're grateful for you, our lovely Box Fendi.
I don't think she's heard it. I just made it right before the live stream. I thought that would be a nice thing to do for Dee. I'm going to post it on my channel and send her a link. Here's the painting that Donnie painted. This is a nice scene, fall scene that artist storyteller Donnie painted and then sent to me. So be sure to check out Donnie's channel. Very nice people, and started watching him at least a couple years ago, and he was learning to paint, and as he continues to paint, he gets better and better. I mean, like anything, your skills improve as you continue to practice and perform your skills. But I just love that. And he signs it with a DW. So very, very cool guy. And both of them are great people. Oh, Traveling Merton and Sue are here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I use Suno to make that, and I have another program called AI Chatbot. So I type in there, let me show you guys, if you don't mind. Yeah, Box Fendi, I just love her. That is a very nice one, yeah. Good to have you. I want to show you guys how I do this real quick in case you want to check it out. So share screen. Suno is the site that I use. And I know it looks kind of complicated, but I basically put in, let me go home. I put in create, and using another program that I have, I write in there a description, make me lyrics, song lyrics. And like this one here is for Thank You from the Desert. And it creates lyrics for me. And I dump that into suno.com. And then I put the type of music that I want to do. Like here, I put in folk music right there. And then I hit create. And it takes the lyrics and it comes up with music based on what you type in, the type of music that you want. And so here it is right here on this side, and then I can play it.
Waking up to sunshine in the Arizona glow. I'm feeling so grateful for the love that you show in this desert beauty where the cacti stand tall. You all tuned in with kindness, it means the world to us all.
So that's how I do a lot of my music now. I also have Epidemic Sound, a subscription to Epidemic Sound. In fact, I shut that off for 1 month to try running the channel without it. But of course, any music that you have on your channel that replays after you drop your subscription, you get a copyright strike. So I got a couple of copyright strikes, and so I re-upped my Epidemic Sound for right now so that I don't get copyright strikes. And when you get a copyright strike, you can't monetize that video. So I'm going to keep Epidemic Sound, and I really like Suno. It's really cool and fairly easy to use. Fairy Dust is here. Hello, hello. Renee, hope you're doing well. What's your weather like in the LA area? We're supposed to be under 100 today. We'll probably reach 100, but they are advertising 98. So Brene can't tag. She's driving myself, but hugs to each and every one of yous. Awesome. Drive safe, especially around where you live. Boy, I'll tell you what, driving the RV, pulling the Jeep up around the Phoenix area when we were heading north to the mountains, I always stay in the right lane and I run about 65 towing the Jeep. And boy, oh boy, people fly up there. I do my best to stay out of the way. So that was another consideration coming back home. You know, we have to go through the Phoenix area to get back down here to Ironwood in the Tucson, Marana area. And so we came back on Sunday and it was really nice, hardly any traffic. We rolled out of Forest Lakes, you know, around 6:30 in the morning. It was like 58, 59 degrees. And then we got down here 4 hours later and it was 100. Welcome back to the desert. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. And it's like $10 a month if you want to subscribe, or they'll give you a certain number of songs for free. And you own the rights to that music. Now, Dee has done this too. She has trouble singing her original songs. She does have recordings, and she played some of those during her live stream last night. But she's getting into Suno also, and so she writes her lyrics herself, and then she dumps them into Suno, and then creates the song. So that gives her a way to get her song out there. And Suno does not claim the rights to that. You created it using your words, They put the music in and you still own it. So that's a really nice benefit. Yeah, and that's true. Now, the 2 videos that I run, on my intro for my live streams, those have Epidemic songs on them, and I love those songs. They're really nice, and I like to run those, so I have to keep Epidemic, uh, for that reason. So I'm gonna do that for a while. Very hot and humid where you guys are at, huh? I'm running the, swamp cooler today, the evap cooler, because we're still pretty low humidity, and I'm running it off of solar. So I have solar and I have batteries and inverter on the house, and I can run a window air conditioner, and I can run the evaporative cooler, in the garage area. I shoot it into the house. I love being able to run things off of solar. It's, it takes some investment, and Traveling Merton and Sue have solar on their RV that, that they use when they're traveling, but to be able to, to run things off of solar, it doesn't cost you anything for the energy except what you invested to begin with. So, it's important to go ahead and use it, and so I use it, uh, all the time. In fact, here at the house, I have Starlink. I'm coming to you via Starlink, and I have Starlink now on solar power, solar and batteries, and I do that during storm season that's coming up because we'll get blinks. So as we get these lightning storms rolling through, the lightning hits the power lines, it blinks your power, and Starlink doesn't like that. So I'm gonna run Starlink through the storm season, on battery power. Yes, and I did that. Once once, um, once I reinstituted my subscription to Epidemic Sound, I went back and I contested those copyrights, and they gave them back to me. So I got that cleared up, but it takes some work to do that. Tracy has a question. Do you think the monsoons will start here? Yes, they're saying that, in fact, starting today in the southeast part of the state of Arizona, on the New Mexico side, they're going to start getting monsoon flow there. And what happens is we get this moisture flow that comes up from Mexico, and then as the sun heats the ground here, it spawns these storms, up in the air where all the moisture is, and that's where the monsoon storms will start. And they're saying that we're rolling into that flow now, so we're looking forward to having some rain. Carol's here. Welcome, Carol. Hope you're doing well. What is a copyright strike or a copyright claim? So basically, um, it didn't strike my channel. It didn't take the video down, but it just didn't allow me to monetize it. So you guys see commercials once in a while. I mean, I get about 2 or 3 cents off of each live stream, not a whole lot of money, but it basically prevents me from monetizing it. It was a nice drive yesterday, it sure was. Carol saying hello to her friends Merton and Sue. Bad Idea Lab is here. Woohoo! Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, okay. Roy made a cool quartzite song on Suno. Very nice. It's amazing, I think, because I'm not skilled at music at all. I tried playing guitar years and years ago. I can do some basic chords and things, but I'm not a musician, never have been, probably never will be. But thanks to Suno, I can be now. And you can make songs that are, oh, Carol says 94 and very humid. You can make some pretty cool songs. Now, some of them come out kind of cheesy. You basically dump them in the trash if you don't like them. They come out like disjointed and stuff. But some of them you get some good ones. So Joy uses her lyrics too. Not a big fan of the free version. Okay, I didn't realize that there was that big a difference, but I suppose you get what you pay for. Make sure you check out Roy and Becky's Travels. They do a live stream on every Friday morning. Carol says, I'm melting. It's hot. It's only 89 up there where Roy is. I'm under a blanket. Yeah, solar it's getting more and more cost effective, isn't it, Patty? I mean, back when I worked at the electric co-op, one of my jobs was to review contracts. And so back when solar became more popular, you could lease a system. And so a solar company would come over and knock on your door and say, Steve, I'd like to put solar on your house, and I'm going to save you $150 a month on your electric bill. But what they don't tell you until you sign the contract is that you got to send $150 to them, to the solar company. And so you're leasing this solar system they put on your house. And a lot of people, when they sold their house, had trouble selling it because you have to transfer that lease to the new owners. And so that was a big problem here in Southern Arizona. If you can afford to purchase a solar system, that's a much better way to go. I saw contracts where people were paying, $150 a month, and they didn't read the fine print and learn that $150 a month went up by 2% every year. So at the anniversary month, it went up 2%. So every year for the 20 years of the contract, the price went up 2 to 3% every year. Well, gee whiz, you could be writing a check, at 18 years down the road, you could be writing a $500 check to the solar company while you're saving $150 a month on electricity. So it was a big deal here in Arizona, and pretty much they've shut that down. You don't see leased systems anymore, but it just goes to show you that you have to read any contract and understand what you're signing. I saw a lot of people my age, 60s and 70s that were putting solar on their house. It was didn't really make sense, but it was an emotional, deal for them to be able to create energy, save the planet, create energy from solar, and reduce the carbon output and all of that related to their energy usage. So there is some value in that. Ooh, hot and humid in coastal Virginia. Yeah, I remember those days. Oki and I lived in Virginia for 3 years, where Tracy is. Solar is my retirement hobby. Yeah, I like the tinkering and upgrading. That's great, Ivan. That's great. And I bought used panels, much like Roy and Tim did up there in Quartzsite. There are some used panels that are sold. We went up to Glendale and bought some, and they're retired from solar farms, those big solar farms that you see, but you still get about half output out of them, and they still work, and so you get them for dirt cheap. And I bought half a dozen of those, and I'm still running them a couple years later. Tales told in the dark. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we get a wet monsoon. Boy, we really need it because we didn't get hardly any rain this winter, and we had no spring flowers this year. So we really need the Yeah, I know. You could In fact, one video I deleted the music, and so there's, 3 minutes of dead air, but, for 2 or 3 cents, I didn't worry about it. They did undo, 2 of my live streams, though. Oh, Carol's asking, "Where's my doggy?" Let me see if he's out there. Hey, Lucas. Lucas, come here. Carol wants to see you. All right, there's Lucas. There's Lucas. All right, good boy. Good boy. That's Lucas. He's been outside playing, so we get him out early in the morning. We get him outside to play fetch, and we throw it 8 or 10 times, and then bring him back in, and he takes his morning nap, has his breakfast. And you really enjoy camping, huh? He's a great camper. He loved seeing the deer and the horses, and especially the squirrels. He loved to watch the tree squirrels, and of course, he wants to chase them. So we couldn't let him do that because he would run all the way to New Mexico. Oklahoma has been hit pretty hard. Wow. Look at that. We got Misha in the house. Welcome, welcome. If you replace the music in YouTube, you can stop paying. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to play around with that, Joy, and see if that's workable. Linda, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I like how you embrace technology. So, when I worked in the Air Force, I worked technology. I was in munitions, and so I'm constantly learning new technology. And in the military, technology is constantly updating and renewing. When I left the military, I went into the electric co-op here, and we used a lot of technology in the electric co-op, and I was a technician. And so I had a great career at the electric co-op, learning all kinds of electronics. When you think about the power supply that serves power to your house, there's a lot that goes into flipping that switch and having the lights come on. I mean, you've got electric substations, you've got power lines, you've got like breakers, you've got coordination between everything, and and that takes a lot of engineering, a lot of high dollar equipment, and of course, you've got to protect it from intrusion because you don't want someone outside being able to log into your electric grid and cause havoc. So um, I was in the co-op for little over 20 years, and I learned a lot. And when I retired, YouTube gave me an outlet along with flying my drone to continue to learn. So I just dump them and try again. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes they get kind of clunky output and they don't really fit. The music doesn't really fit. Yep. That's Lucas. Yeah, it's good to see Tracy in here for sure. I tried the free version, but I just get clips of the song. Yeah, and so Cheryl, what I do is I don't know what you use for editing your videos, but I take the song and I download the song from Suno to my laptop. And then I'll take that song and I'll dump it in to my editing software along with the video. And then you can marry the two together and it comes out pretty good. Yeah, they were tricky. That's right. And a lot of people, are have an emotional connection to creating energy with solar, and that's okay. It's important to me, it's important to a lot of people to be able to create energy with solar. It's the getting there that costs money, and you have to be careful. I think they've got it pretty much taken care of in Arizona where it makes sense now. Maybe by going to a live performance and you record it yourself. Um, I have not tried that, Ray. I understand you can get a copyright strike though if you're walking through like a public area and you're talking and recording and music in the background comes in. I've heard people that have got copyright strikes that way. I think if you have a short, just a few seconds of it, you're okay. But Floss is here. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. It does take time, Roy. That's right. It's technical, but you take it a little bit at a time. There's always something to learn about it, right? So you talk about solar panels, right? You got to wire the solar panel. You got to get it to your batteries. Well, you got to put it through a controller. And so they make very basic all-in-one setups that you can buy to learn with. And that's what I did was I bought, in fact, I used Harbor Freight had a cheap setup for $150 that I bought initially. And that's how I learned how solar works is you got a panel, you got wiring, you have a solar controller, and you have a battery. And how do you pull your power? Well, you pull your power off the battery that is charged by the solar. And so that's basically how it works, but it takes a little time. Yeah, that's Ragged Top, Carol. That's the view off our back porch. So we had about a half inch of rain and the clouds moved in. So I put the drone up and took a picture of it. But that's our view off our back porch. It's hot and humid in northern Illinois where Floss is. Most bands allow you to use it. Okay. That's good to know, Ray. Oh, somebody's at Sam's Club. Bernays is spending some money at Sam's Club today. All right. Hello, everybody at Sam's Club. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He is a cutie, quite spoiled, but he's seems like every dog we get, we say the same thing, but he was a rescue. Lucas was a rescue at the Humane Society. Somebody abandoned him. We don't know the history, but he had ticks all over him. Somebody was shooting, that spray at him, and when they found him, he was running the streets of Tucson, and Lucas picked us when we walked through, and we're certainly glad. I don't know who rescued who, but we like to say Lucas rescued us as much as we rescued him. I have replaced sound many times. Okay. Oh, okay, that's right, because Dollywood, where Joy and Donnie walk through, have music going all the time. Okay, I'll have to play around with that, Joy. Thank you. Okay, Lonnie, thank you for coming in. She says, stay crafty, everybody. Oh, wow. We're already at an hour and 5 minutes. There's James, another channel member. Welcome, James. Glad you made it. We're getting ready to shut down here. You're welcome. Tracy, don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you. Love to have you. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to play my my members video. Thanks everybody for being channel members. I'll play that and then my outro. I hope everybody has a great Monday and a fantastic week. Thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
To all my members out there, you lift me up so high. The support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. Desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. Leave a little joy behind in every heart you'll find. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment real. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. simple acts can heal. Make every moment